Well, hello city, hello world, and that's right, you're listening to another installation of the Gospel Jazz Connection. This is D Nice here, and we have a great hour worth of music, worth of conversation.
Yes.
This is Music and Conversation. I'm your boy D Nice here, and we're here with my girl, the hardest working woman in show business. Hey, say hey.
Hey, it's Makita. How are you, world?
Mm-hmm. So, we're going to have some fun today.
Yeah.
In the background, we're hearing Chuck Mangione, and that's Chase the Clouds Away. So, you know what? No matter what's going on in your life right now, we're talking about friends today. That's the name of our conversation today is friends.
Yeah.
So, guess what? No matter where you're at in your life right now, with your friends, without your friends, whether you want to, flush them down the toilet or whatever you want to do, that's just being nice today. You know, I done got my nice renewal badge today. So, it's just like, friends, how many of us do we have them? Of us have them. Houdini said that. And then again, you can't trust nowadays when people say, I got you, start being suspicious. Start looking for something. Wait for that shoe to fall if you want to. But when they say, I got you, partner, God got me.
There you go.
So how cocky can you come to me and say, I got you? I'd rather you just say, you know what? I hear you. Let me see what I can do, or let me try.
Right.
I'm not committing to nothing.
Right.
But I feel your pain.
I hear you.
Even if you tell me that, like, I feel your pain, I'm like, okay.
Right.
Right.
You know me. I always say I will do my best.
Right.
I will do whatever I can. If I got it, you got it.
Right.
If I can do, I will do. That's my language. That's my language of friendship. My whole thing is just that, my intention is to be there, to ride it out.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs that ride or die chick.
Yeah, on that.
You know what I'm saying? Just because it says Gospel Jazz Connection don't mean we can't be for real.
Yeah, I'm confident in that, though. That's one thing that I made my election sure, is I'm a ride or die chick.
Right.
But what I had to learn about, who I am, I had to honor that about myself, that if people in my life ain't riding with me, you need to shake the spot. You can't, you can't keep sowing in the unfertile ground. I was sowing in the people that was just taking, and there was no reciprocity. There was no replenishment for me.
Right.
I literally would be depleted because I was giving of my time, my prayers, my money, my energy, my everything.
Right.
I give from the very core of my being. And I don't say that to, make myself big or haughty. But if I love you, I love hard.
Right.
I love hard. And that gets me in a lot of trouble.
But quoting a phrase from the right perspective, I had a host on here back in the day, and he was riding with me until he drank the Kool-Aid. We were both involved.
He got that red Kool-Aid.
Yeah, man, all kind of flavors. I told him, and he saw me drink it, but there was a method to my madness. See, I'm mature in what I do, and I'm talking about this major organization worldwide called Toastmasters.
Yeah.
And I know a few people out there watching me are chuckling because they drank the Kool-Aid, because Toastmasters is an organization that makes you believe, like the Marine Corps made me believe, that when I got finished with that 3 months boot camp, well, that's the longest boot camp, but they psychologically just flip you around to where when I graduated at the boot camp, I swore I could go out there and stand in the middle of the freeway, and if traffic was going 100 miles an hour with trucks or whatever, I would stop them with my chest.
Wow.
That's the psychological profile they gave you.
Wow.
To where, because the Marines are in there first.
Yeah.
And I mean, then everybody comes in to mop up.
Exactly.
But we're the ones that go in there when we don't know what's on the other side. Them surveillance tapes and whatever that they're getting from the Pentagon and these drones and whatever, they're not seeing what we're seeing actually on the ground. I was blessed because God had blessed me through the educational standpoint to where I wasn't a grunt. I wasn't administrative, because college, they kind of like try to hold you around.
Right.
But yet and still, I went in there because I wanted to just took my dad off because he was in the Army, and I really wanted. And it was like, once I got that's like, how's that working for you? Because he really didn't care. And I'm telling you, I'm serious. I wanted to spite him. It didn't make no difference to him because he was like, oh, really? Like it affected him. And I'm the one who went through all that monster Drabuka, and my scores were so high. Yeah. I know they must have looked at me and said, okay, now what is he doing in the Marines? Because when you score high like that, they try to get you in the Air Force and some of the high end.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so that's just like if you're a tough guy from the streets of the city, then they'll see if you can be in the SEALs or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, the Green Berets. So that's what they try to put you with your best shot. You know what I'm saying? Or a sharpshooter, they want to put you in the squad where you go out there and you're a sharpshooter out in the field. See, that kind of stuff. But they said, no, dude, no, you're an educated cat, and you want to be a point of us in the Marine Corps. Okay, not a problem. But you know what? This is as far as you're gonna go. Computer training, and then admin backup and whatever. But that's what we're gonna do for you. And that's what I'm saying. But I saw partners that went in, you know what I'm saying, and never came back. You know, because they were grunts, and they look at me like when they would hear me and with leadership and all that stuff, and they'd be like, where you getting this? Because I was totally out of class, out of character, being there in the way I was. But that's what I did, trying to spite my father. So all that, long story short, you know, don't try to get back at somebody because it might backfire on you.
Exactly.
Yeah, because but I mean, it works out in its own way. God works it out in a way. Because like I said, even to this day, when I hear backfiring and guns, people just hit the floor, I'm the one wanting to jump in and rescue folk. Yeah. And every once in a while I catch myself after I said, dude, wait a second, let's stop and go back on this one here.
Right.
You're going to be the hero. There's a whole lot of people that we read in paper or see in the newspaper that have jumped in to help somebody and they ended up drowned. And they saved the person and you drowned.
I hear you.
You get hit by the bullet and the other person, I mean, what good does that do when you sit up there in the accountability stage and say, well, what you doing here? Oh, well, you know what? Where am I? Oh, man. And what happened? Oh, yeah, you saved somebody's life. Okay. That plus $50,000 might be getting me a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So a hero ain't nothing but a sandwich.
I got you.
So folks out there, listen to me well. All this jumping in front of guns and all that stuff like that. And I tell my daughter, I said, there's a lot of people that say they'll kill for you. But how many people are willing to die for you? And so I keep that to my close. And my daughter, I love her to death, but like I said, she's the kind to where she would not put me in that position. I would die for my daughter because I know she's not going to put me in a position to where when I got to go to battle like that for her, then I know it's somebody just brought something real funky up in.
Yeah,
right.
It's necessary.
Yeah. It's like that.
Yeah.
Because we ride or die from way back.
What?
You know what I'm saying? That's how we roll. But,
what?
I mean, the average cat you listen to is like...
We got a dub on it.
Yeah, we cool like that. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go back and check what you did to get you here. Let me help you figure that out because I'm not going to die for you right now. So let's see how we can do it. Do I need to call my judge friend? Do I need to have her call the FBI?
Yeah, how can I help?
Yeah. But without me being in the path of danger.
I'm going to just fall back, though.
Yeah, just straight like that. Because I will live to see another day. We can talk about this later. And thank God about this later, but I'm not going to be the one laying there while y'all crying over me. If you do that, see, nowadays you can't even count on that. They mess around saying they love you, and you find yourself, if you look at the tape later on, you in one of these boxes like you was at the OK Corral back there. They go out there in the back and build a box out of some concrete or something like that, or some wood, and slap a coat of paint on it, and that's what it's like. Oh, well, I didn't have that kind of money to bury you. What about that insurance policy for half of me and I laid up for you? Oh, but you gonna leave me in a pine? We got you, player. And we talking about friends right now. That's the kind of friends we got. But we ain't knowing. But see, for us, we be trying to get loans. Yeah. Hey, can I put my car up for the weekend to get this money? Because we got to bury a friend. Can you give me a break on a burial break?
Oh, my God.
We going to try to talk on. But with us... with us's,
I would.
Yeah. But like Michael, I was saying back to that. I was started on it. He said he would always say, you know what, you make people a priority, and they don't even make you an option.
Yeah.
And I would listen to that. And it kept getting in my spirit. I'm like, dude, you make a lot of sense on that one because we're doing it daily. People are doing it.
I had to learn that. Yeah,
man.
I mean, yeah. See, that's old school right there. That's the stuff that the old pops used to say. You know, you are making this cat a priority, and you don't know if you're an option. You don't even know if you're an option.
No, you don't.
And then when you are an option, it's at their convenience.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that's crazy to hear, but it's a fact.
Yes, it is.
You know, it really is, and that's why I'm saying I had to learn about the choices that I was making because they are who they are.
Yeah. That's true talk.
And we can't change anybody but ourselves.
That's true.
And that was the main thing that I had to learn. I can't hold anybody accountable.
Right.
That's something that I allowed myself to endure.
Yeah.
You know, and always trying to prove I'm not about money. I'm not about the Jimmy Choo shoes and all the crazy expensive makeup and hair and dresses and designers. I really care about a person's soul and who you are as an individual.
Right.
I want to see my girls fly. I want to see my guys fly with big wings.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, and if I have anything that I can do to assist in that,
right,
I really want to do that from a sincere place. You know, I've learned that don't do something for somebody expecting anything in return, but everything should have cause and effect.
Yes.
It's law of life. It's law of gravity.
Yeah.
It's law of anything.
Yeah,
it's law.
Yeah.
Dang on it, it's law.
Yes.
So if I give you something,
right,
I got a couple bucks or whatever, and I give that to you. You say you were in need. I'm not looking for that in return.
Right.
But I am looking that if something happens to me, that you that cat I can run to.
Straight, yeah.
So it's not even about the money, but I need to know that you that cat I can run to because you know that I'm that cat you can.
Right.
So it's very, you know, it's a slippery slope when you start, you know, you just gotta... And you really gotta judge people by the other companies that they keep. Yes,
you do. That's real talk. You know, and the crazy part about that, let's be real with it now, because there used to be a time when there was honor among thieves.
Yeah,
and that has been
that's
overkill.
Gone.
And so now when we're looking at the vanguard, the new vanguard, when we have somebody at the top that we're basically let's quit dancing around the situations. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, come at me.
Right.
Okay, this guy is the president of the United States.
Yeah.
The highest court of the land of the world.
Yeah.
This is what the United States has looked at. Right. Okay, so this guy here, following the predecessors that have been before him as presidents. Okay, you have a team that you work with, that works with you, that holds you under accountability to where they all put their heads together and make things happen.
Right.
And so everybody's complaint is you don't listen to anybody because you're always doing things because this is what you want to do.
Right.
And this is how you see it because you're a businessman. And that's what we voted for. That we as Americans voted for a businessman because we were tired of politics. Now, be careful what you ask for because we got a businessman who'll say, okay, as a businessman, if your business is not working today and you don't have enough to pay your employees, then they'll go there and either lay you off, fire you, or tell you we can't pay you and whatever, and the check's in the mail.
Right.
Or they'll go bankrupt or whatever. That's what a businessman thinks.
Exactly.
You don't think about that because you are the CEO. You're not going to go down to your CFO and the other people and just say, okay, I'm the one this is my company. I'm going to do it. I'm the last one to talk about it. But this is the political arena.
Right.
So you just can't go there and say the way it's been before, we don't have to consort with the military, with these people that are in effect because that's what they're supposed to be expert in. You can't be expert in everything when you're running the world.
Right.
So when you go over there and they said, okay, be careful dealing with this president over here in Russia because we've never had cool with Russia.
Right. We've never been cool with them. Yeah, it's always been crazy.
Always.
But we've always been indebted to them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
those are the things that that's why they don't want to talk about it because we've been indebted to them and they keep getting into bed with these
cats. That's what I'm saying. And
they want blood.
Yes, they do. Blood in, blood out. They're serious about that. But see, so now you go sit back there and you're going to say, okay, what my people told me, my confidence told me, that's bunk.
Yeah.
What you told me, and you're going to use the words, he told me strongly and powerfully. Now, how do those two words crop up in there unless you just kiss and saying, oh, he's strong and he's powerful, so let me bow down.
Right.
Okay? And then you're going to come back You say that in front of the world, and then you're going to come back. But see, you wait until you come back. Why didn't you sit there and say, oh, dude, hold up, the do-over while we're still here in front of the cameraman. Let me do a do-over. You don't come back here, and then suddenly you're like, okay, because you don't have the same scrutiny that he would have said. If he would have smacked you upside your head and you would have been boxing back there, we don't see that part of it because you didn't bring it up in there. You waited till you got way back over here, and you decided to clean things up.
Yeah.
And now, after all that stuff there, people are saying, how crazy is that? And there's even his own people are saying, wow. And then you drop a bomb last night and say, we're bringing him to Washington the latter part of this year.
Is that not crazy?
Okay, so look here. So we went in your house and whatever, over there in Helsinki. We didn't even go to, we went to Helsinki. So now you're going to come to the Washington and look around and see our whole system and what we got going on and whatever. And you think it's going to be safe? So this is what the Vanguard is doing up at the top. Mm-hmm. So the people underneath it are just straight out just doing the rider stuff. They just becoming riders because it's like if the president can say this and trip and whatever else, there's no accountability straight down. Police is off the hook. The white Aryan nation's off the hook.
Yeah.
Your other thing is off the hook because they're like, you know what? Now we got an excuse to sit back and do what we want to do and get away with it because look at him. Yeah. So there's no more accountability.
No.
The world is going defunct. So now, if we're sitting back and
but that's what's going to happen. The ultimate goal is order out of chaos.
Yes.
So this is the ultimate goal, to create the chaos.
Yes.
So then we can implement martial law.
Right.
Then we can implement all of these things to get people to do what thus saith man instead of thus saith the Most High.
Exactly.
That's really the ultimate goal.
Period.
But see, what I love about my father is, first of all, he told us this was going to go down. Mm-hmm. So instead of becoming afraid, there's so many people that are afraid of what's happening right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, I hear panic everywhere I go. When I'm on airplanes, I'm in the airport. There's panic. Everybody, the conversation at the coffee shop, everyone is just panicking right now about what is that. Oh my God, what did the orange one say now?
Right.
Or oh my gosh, I mean, but my thing is this. What we really ought to be saying right now is get your life right.
Right.
Make sure you're prepared.
That's correct.
You understand? Because it's going to go down.
Right.
There's nothing nobody can say or do about it. We're going to see the crazy.
Right.
And we're going to see the crazy all for them to try to create a new world order.
Right.
It's just actual and factual.
These
are the things nobody really want to address.
Right.
They don't want to talk about it. And so that's how, leave the people blind, and they blindside us.
Right.
They give us these little movies like Left Behind and all of this little kind of crazy stuff. I just saw another one that This Is How It Ends, is what it was called. And we saw it on Netflix. And so they're talking about how the sudden destruction happens, but I just believe this: if it's my time to die, listen, it's been written.
Right.
I'm not finna panic and wild out and go do stupid stuff. And like, I'm watching people, they were stealing and what you finna do? And the doggone ocean just opened up, dog.
Right.
What you doing stealing the television? And none of this stuff is making sense.
No.
But even before all of that, they were talking about how they had created so many situations, creating chaos in order to get us to come into this whole new world order where everybody denounces their God, whoever they serve, and then it becomes this one thing under the nation, whatever they want to call it. And I'm sorry, they got to put my head on the chopping block.
Right.
I say that to the World Wide Web. You got to put my head on the chopping block before I denounce my Elohim, my King, especially his son that he sent to die for me. There's blood that's been shed for me.
Exactly.
So put me on the chopping block in the name of the Most High Yah. Put me on the chopping block. D, they got to do that. I'm not. I can't. I cannot agree to whatever man says, because even what man says is temporal.
Right. All day.
See, I don't want what's going to be here for 15 minutes, because what they don't get is that you get the mark, you denounce your creator, you denounce his son, whatever you denounce, your Buddha, all them cats. When you denounce all them, guess what? You're going to die anyway.
Right. Yeah, because you've lost that stand for something or fall for everything.
That's all.
So that's what nobody gave you. So getting into that one there, let me first give my disclaimer, because I'm not on here to rant and rave and talk about. I'm just giving you facts, because we got to look at, here's what we're trying to do right now. We're just trying to say right here, leading up to So if we're leading up to, okay, then here's set the same scenario that is showing on the newspaper and the radio and on television you're seeing every day. I'm just bringing it back to you again, but I'm going to go a little deeper, saying, okay, leading up to.
Right.
So now if that's the chaotic state we're seeing among us, now it's so essential for us to go back and talk about what we started the conversation with, friends.
Right.
So how do we...
Like they're friends.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
Right.
It's like, okay, I'm sipping tea with you and we having crumpets or whatever, but I know, so the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I almost said it. No, it ain't. That's crap. And we all know that.
Right.
You know, I know the enemy of my enemy ain't my friend.
Right.
Because the bottom line isn't why are you my friend? Why are you the enemy? Why are you the friend of my enemy? And why are y'all enemies?
Right.
There's always something. There's a method to the madness. And there's a formula to every situation.
Exactly.
So we need to understand, why are you an enemy in the first place?
Right.
So all of these things we need to take into consideration when making a decision. My thing is, it's either light or it's darkness. It's either good or it's evil.
Right.
It's love or it's hatred. It's righteousness or it's sin. Period. You know what I mean? So we gotta start making those choices.
Right.
And that's the time that we're in. Even in my friendships, D, I'm at a place in my friendships where I really had to realize that people have an expiration date in my life.
That's real talk.
Like bread, dog. They have an expiration date.
Right.
Some people are here a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I prayed that everybody would be here a lifetime, but I had to learn that everybody don't grow at the same tempo.
Right.
Some people's course of direction changes.
Right. That's
some
correct.
people, you guys can be here one day and then you go that way and they go that way, and the places and the field is divided.
Right.
So we have to understand it's a part of life.
That's true. That's the whole part about it. You got to understand.
Yeah.
And where there's no understanding, the confusion. See, they said Satan is the author of confusion.
Right.
How is he author of confusion? Because he was an angel of light from the start.
Right.
So that means he was around the light. He saw the light.
Right.
He felt the light. He was a part of the light.
Right.
But he decided to be bigger than the light.
Right.
So that's like the moon jumping up one day and saying, you know what? I'm a reflector to the sun. So you know what? I got to wait until the sun gets out of the way to give a reflection to where now I shine.
Yeah.
Okay, but now I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
I want to shine all day long. So, and then the sun says, okay, well, do your thing, player.
Yeah.
Go do you.
Yeah.
And so when he shines as the moon without the sun, then it all comes out.
Yeah.
So see, we're not at that point yet, because in the fullness of time, when we finally see as he saw, and as he's showing us as believers that are following him, that there will be a day of reckoning, even for that angel of light.
Yes.
So he's trying to bourgeois and bangle and all that other stuff and bring everybody with him, saying, I got something for you.
Right.
I'm going to give you temper. And plus, like I said, yes, we know he is the king of this earth, so he can give people what he needs to give them.
Right.
To give them induced into labor, so to speak.
Right.
But then when they birth what they birth, and they look down and they're like, well, this isn't what I signed up for. Man, dude, you carried this for 9 months. You went through all the pain and suffering, and now you get there and it ain't your kid.
You are not the father.
No, and it ain't even your kid. I don't know what. It don't look like nobody in the family, not even in the DNA tree.
Grandmom said, let me see that baby hands and feet.
So it's like, where did it come from? It came from the angel of light.
Yeah.
Because he is mimicking. He said he's rolling around as a roaring lion.
Yes,
so he's faking the funk all the way through the whole thing.
My dad used to say he ain't got no teeth.
No.
He said he roaring. He running around as a roaring lion, but he ain't got no teeth. All he is all bark and no bite.
Right, but we've been programmed to jump at the sounds.
Yeah.
So when we hear that roar coming on, all we got to do is hear the roar.
Right.
And they clown black folks because they said we don't do good in horror flicks.
Right.
Because as soon as we hear something, we ain't going outside. When they're going to sit back and say, what's that I hear? And they're going to walk right in the dark trying to figure out what it is. We're like, you know what? I'm gone. And once we see somebody's heels, we going to be smoking it too. We'll chop it up when we get where we going. But right now,
and if you see two people start running, we follow
everybody. Everybody's
going. It's like we out as the herd going to run in the same direction.
That's how we got to do
it. We
ain't
asking no questions. Yo, they running. We out.
Need no discussion.
And that is so true.
Right.
We be out.
So it's like, okay, we don't see this, but somebody sees it. But then as long as they have them distracted, because that's what it's all about, distractions. When we're going into these trials and tribulations and tests, and people, I'm so through with you folks saying this one here. This one here, get out your vocabulary. Well, you know, God tested me. God tried me. Dude, okay, let me tell you how this goes.
Please fix it.
Let me tell you how this goes.
That upsets my soul.
Okay. You know what? He doesn't try it. He can't be tried. He can't be tested. He don't test because he knows what's cracking.
What?
He saw it all before Earl was even here.
Did he not know the ending from the beginning?
Thank you.
Fix
you go
it.
tell me you don't know. Okay. So now let's go to phase 2.
Yes, please.
Okay. Because Satan, when he has his disciples out there doing their thing,
yes,
okay, then that's good enough for him. He got enough disciples to do his thing.
Yeah.
But when he comes upon a complex subject, he walks up and says, God, let me holler at you for a second. Yeah. Have you considered your servant Job?
There it is.
See, when you find somebody on that level, then he gonna come.
Yeah.
So now when he finds somebody in this end day that God has anointed, appointed, that he justified and sanctified, and then all to be glorified because they're lifting him up.
Yes,
he's got to say, okay, I keep hearing Makita's name up in here. Yeah. Okay, let me run that back by me and let me look at this like an FBI formula. Let me see what the screen. Yeah, she's a problem here. So let me go and knock on the door myself and see. And so he's got to take this and say, well, Lord, you know what? Check this out. I'm gonna see if I can get her to turn. So then he is given permission to hit you with all these things that you're getting hit with.
Yeah.
But God knows. He's like, okay, there's only a certain amount that I'm going to let you trip with, player. Because I'm running this one here. So, I'm watching this too.
Yeah.
So that you're getting hit with every time you turn around, this went out, that went out, that went out. Yeah. That's Satan having his run of things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when he hits with everything and you still praising God, he got to sit back and say, you know what? Okay, God, I got you on this one here. I feel you. Okay, let me go find somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you later. Good try. Good talk.
And then he go and try to find somebody else and bring 7 more demons that he think he can do something. He tries to go re-strategize the strategy.
Exactly. Yeah.
But those that are sold out to our Elohim, they're unmovable.
No.
We're unshakable. No. You understand? We realize that you do have to lose to gain. Yeah. We learn how it is to be a base, and we learn how it is to be abound. Yep. Mm-hmm. But we learn how to be content in whatever state we're in. Yep. You know what I mean? And these are the things that is really bothering me right now. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of friends that are ministers, evangelists, motivational speakers, and all of these different things to try to elevate the body. Mm-hmm. But my thing is this: why are we not equipping the people? Mm-hmm. We're telling everybody. This thing of prosperity is driving me bonkers because we're not acting like the handwriting's on the wall. We're not acting like we're seeing the book of Revelations unfold right before our eyes on the regular. It's like every day we see it. It is taking place. It's unfolding. It's unraveling. And we're telling people, oh, go live your best life. Oh, God's going to bless you with this new house, this new car. And I'm like, oh my God, we're getting everything that the world can offer, but we're powerless. Yeah. We're walking in the temple. We're walking in whatever y'all walk in. And we leave the same way we came. I have major problems with that because our Father is all powerful.
Well,
his son got up with all power in his hand. You understand? When they hung him on that stake,
right?
I know we want to say cross, but it was a tree. He hung on a tree. It was a stake they put in the ground, and he wasn't stretched out like that. It was an annihilation, and it was a deterioration and a ripping of his temple. So when you go through all that, come on, man, he got up with power that is beyond power. So if he got up with all power, why are we powerless?
Yeah.
If we got the mind of Christ, if we are walking with Yeshua HaMashiach within us, dwelling on the inside of us, because that goes to tell you something's wrong with the picture.
Right.
We're telling people all of this kind of stuff. Oh, look at their fruit. They got a house. Oh, look at their fruit. They got a car. That's not fruit.
No. No.
Can you lay hands on the sick and they recover?
That's what I'm talking about. The form of godliness without the power. That's what I'm talking about. He said, greater things than this than I've done. And he was doing everything out there. And still, they turned on him. But let me tell you, despite all that, now let me go back one more again for a minute. Okay, because they give me this picture I've been seeing all my life of this little white guy with the long hair and meek and mild and tempered and all that stuff I hear. So when it breaks back to his lineage, and his father was a carpenter. Okay, and then you know as a little boy you like to run around with dad and work whatever. So he had him probably working doing a few things out there with him. Okay, now let's go back and just be real. Back in them days, not unlike today, I just take my truck out to Home Depot and then tell them what I want, pay for it, I'm out of there. You got to go out there in the forest, find the right tree, chop the tree down, take all the branches off. Then you got to take another tool and make it from round to square.
There it is.
And so all that work and then you got to carry that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now you can't tell me that you can get one of these little Pee Wee Hermans to do all that. So believe me, he had to have some buffness to him even at a young age.
With you today. You're in rare.
I'm just bringing it. I'm just trying to paint the picture right. Okay, let's do this.
You are in rare form.
Let's do this.
But it's actual and factual.
Yeah.
I mean, that same book that we're all reading every Sunday.
Right.
Same book. Mm-hmm. But it says he had hair that was lamb's wool.
Yeah.
And he was burnt like brass. Wait a minute. Wait, his color was brass, and then it said burnt brass. Okay, do you know brass is my complexion?
Right.
And if you burn it,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just hearing.
So how did we get the other thing?
Right.
See, it's that bamboozle. Look, my daddy, Daddy, I miss you so much. My daddy used to always say, listen, anybody that ain't going to treat you right, dang on sure ain't going to teach you right.
Well.
So you got to understand, you got to take the time and really do some research.
Yes, you do.
And once I did research, and then I found out there wasn't even a J in the alphabet until just 300 years ago. What was he called before then? So thank God for the Holy Spirit that his Ruach HaKodesh that really speaks to you and talks to you in who he is. And if you seek him, you'll find. And I stopped saying the name Jesus. I really did. I respect, like I said, I come from a lot of my whole family. I got ministers and preachers and teachers all in my family. Right. I respect that that's what they call him here. Gotcha. But his name is Yeshua HaMashiach, Yahusha, if you want to say it in the Paleo. And it's Hebrew. You talking about a Hebrew person. No matter where I go, if you say Makita, if you're in China, even if they're talking their language, even if in Japan, they're going to say Makita-san. My name is Makita, no matter where I go. You can't change me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you can't change that Hebrew boy into making him something else that he wasn't.
Right.
But that's what was done. Yeah. Because that's the bamboozle that my father used to tell me about as a child. And I finally get it. It took me years to really understand what he was saying to me. And you have to really do the research because everything is in his name. And these are the things like a lot of friends, they don't want to hear it though.
No.
But it's right here. It's plain. It's like you don't know that we done been bamboozled.
Right.
We got this picture, but this book,
right.
even with them trying to translate it into English and change the meaning, listen, the truth is the truth.
Right.
The word is the word.
Right.
All you got to do is look it up.
Right.
If you do the research and you go back into its authentic state, the original language that it was written in wasn't Greek. It was Hebrew.
Right.
So if you do these things, I tell my friends, we're not going to sit here and argue about. I don't debate the word of Yah. I don't debate it. I really don't. Because I'm like, we're all working out our own soul salvation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I love my friends, but they also understand that I'm unshakable.
Right.
Once I make a decision, once the Most High reveals something to me and I make a decision on that, I'm unshakable. I don't care how many power books and instincts and whatever else y'all come showing me. I ain't no animal.
Right.
I don't go on no instinct.
Right.
I'm not a lion. I'm not an animal.
Right.
I'm wonderfully and fearfully made in the image of my father.
Right.
So it's like, don't expect me to conform to that. You're telling me to conform because T.D. Jakes or somebody else said it. God bless T.D. Love you. But I'm just saying, I ain't listening to T.D. If T.D. is saying something that I ain't got a chapter in a verse that I can't see, it's not going to go down.
Nope.
You understand? So that's all I'm saying. But I don't allow it to be a fight between me and my friends either. I don't allow it to make us fight. Excuse me. You know, and I just say I respect where everyone is at their own, you know, they're working out their own, working out their own soul salvation. So when you're working out your own soul salvation, you have to respect the fact that we're all growing, and we're growing that might be at different paces. We're not going to get there at the same time. You know, we're not going to get there at the same time. You know, so we have to do the work to really get understanding and clarity. So that's my prayer. You know, when it comes down to growing at a different rate and a different speed from my friends and people that I love. You know what I mean? It's a different, it's just a different mindset. You know, we all going to get there. Prayerfully, we'll all get there together.
Right.
But that's one, you know, that had become, I've watched friends go to blows just in a Bible study.
Right.
Because, you know, because it's, you know, it's different than what, you know, where you are spiritually in the revelation that was received, it's different from someone else. And you can't allow that to
No, but you got to study to show yourself approved. You got to rightly divide. Because like I said, you know, you might be not conformed to this world, but you transform by the renewing of your mind.
Right.
Okay, so the mind is where it's at. The heart, no, it's all in the mind, mindset. So now it says people, because of lack of knowledge, they perish.
Yes.
So that's what they're doing. They're holding the knowledge back from us.
Right.
So then with the holding of the knowledge back, what does it do? So you perish. Yeah. And so we have a generation that people are perishing so that when you're dead, they can revive you. With their drama, with their lies, with their deceptions. When they revive you, then you're looking at it, oh, you saved my life, you brought me back to life, Pastor this or this, what your evangelist, what, and you now, I'm your follower. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring you down that pathway that they want you to do. And the bottom line, when they finish with it, they're going to get paid because they're like, you know what, we're going to talk on prosperity giving. You giving, you shall receive. What I'm saying, no, what is given to God. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about, you know, condemning you because this is where you're trying. But no, don't lie to the people. And people, don't sit back there and just take whatever they're telling you in the church as gospel fact. Because when it comes down, believe me, when the temple was ripped, the veil was ripped. What's that telling you right there? Because there's so much mess going on in there. That's where the hate's going to start right there.
He was done. He was like, really?
Yeah.
But not in my father's house, not on my watch.
Tripping like that.
He was like, no, this is not going down, not on my watch.
No.
He tore that spot up, and he
You mean the little white guy with the long hair?
No, you already know that didn't happen.
Yeah.
No, that was a Mandingo running around
Act
with
3.
some locks flying in the wind in that lamb's wool, because that's how we roll.
Exactly.
To this day, that's how we roll.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But we really got to get to that place again.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get to that place again where, you know, where it becomes, it really has to be a relationship with the Father.
Yep.
It has to be a relationship with His Word. You got to study. And as you study, you got to learn how to put line upon line and precept upon precept. Mm-hmm. Because without a second or a third witness, it's not so.
Yeah.
If you'll read something in Deuteronomy, and if you don't find it in Daniel or in Isaiah somewhere down the line, and then again in Revelation, it is 9 times out of 10 that you done put something in your own head and coined it and made it a phrase, and it becomes the law of man and not the law of God, because He confirms Himself. Mm-hmm. And He said, out of 2 or 3 witnesses shall everything be established. Mm-hmm. Everything. So if you don't see that He spoke to Daniel and told Daniel this, and He spoke to Ezekiel and told Ezekiel this, and then He put it in His Torah and in the first 5 books, which are the law. Mm-hmm. If we don't do that, if we don't see it, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. Then we know that man done found something and coined it and made it his own. Mm-hmm. And we got to get out of that, D. I mean, we're walking around. So many people can quote. Oh, I remember one dude thought he was handling me. And this is what Jeremiah 23, and this is what I said. But can I? Hold on. You can tell me where all this here is. Then why are you powerless? Why are you by yourself? Why are you? I don't see you bearing no fruit. No fruit whatsoever. I'm like, you have no fruit at all. And I'm going, this is not making sense here.
Right.
You because see, when you are connected to the true vine,
right,
you're gonna bear fruit. He didn't just say fruit, you're gonna bear much fruit.
Yeah. Right.
But see, people want their fruit to be a nice car, some Jimmy Choo shoes and Manolos and some Oscar de la Renta and some Armani. That has nothing to do with the Most High.
Yeah.
He could care less about any of them. He wants their soul,
right,
but not their name.
Right.
Who is greater than the Most High?
Right.
None.
Right.
And that's the mindset that we have to take in everything.
Yeah, because if we follow it right, he said, let this mind be in you that's in Christ Jesus.
Yes.
And so he was willing to give up what he had to become lower than, as an example to us. Now, if we going to think the same mindset, then where does he get? I didn't see him going for designer sandals or the robes or whatever. He had what he had to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He had to go where he had to go.
Yeah.
And he had to show his disciples exactly what they had to go through so that when he left here, then they could tell it the way it was and not try to cut or coat it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then when it was time, at one time, the only time that he spoke of get the ride, calling Uber.
Yeah. He got the donkey.
That's when he got the donkey. Now, he didn't call and say, go get me a horse, a stallion out there, and with the saddle on there. He didn't ask for none of that Rolls Royce stuff. He said, get me something that's plain and simple, the donkey. Which is supposed to be ignorant.
And he came in the back door.
You know what I'm saying? So
he came in the back entrance of the city on a donkey.
Who are we?
Man, what you say?
Now, and then, our friends, going back to these friends. Dude, I was saying the other day, you got to take an inventory on the first of the year, the middle of the year, last of the year of all these people in your database. Go through them, and you just got to spirit yourself, Lord, look at let's go through this like it's a recipe book, and let's see what it is that I'm missing here in his ingredients right here. And so when you're going through there and you're taking the time to evaluate and say, okay, now, when I came upon them, they were here. Let me look at this one. Now, where are they now? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in lieu of that, where do I think they're going to be going? Now, with me, I'm not on that same kind of temperature gauge, and I'm not on the same path. So let me leave this one where they're at. God bless them, but I got to keep myself pushing. For me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. So then you start cutting away. Watch how light your database is by the time you finish just with that one there at 3 times a day. But same thing when Joshua was doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
And so when the prophets all the time, when they had to do what they were doing, and even with David, when he had to do what he was doing, and he had to select out of the rocks.
Yeah.
When you had to get your army, you had to say, okay, you know what? We're going to take a break here. Yeah. Y'all go to lunch when we get a break.
Yeah.
And then he noticed who was, butt up, what you call it.
That's
butt to the wind.
That's right.
You're going to put your mouth in there and just drink versus being watchful. I mean, that tells you a whole lot. When somebody
laughing like a dog, but their eyes is up.
Their eyes is up. And so when you're looking at these kind of people out there daily in your life, and you're seeing these people that will just turn their back completely around and not watching, that's the kind of person I don't need watching my back.
I feel you.
Because just when I think I got myself halfway above this fight, I turn around and my back is totally exposed. When I get out of this, and believe me, I'm going to get out of this, I'm coming looking for you too.
Right. Because while everybody's getting their coins, D, everybody's talking about a coin.
Yeah.
It's about to go down. And I need cast that I know that's going to swing.
Yeah.
If we need to make sure that everybody is going to eat.
Right.
If we need to, because they said there's going to be a time when if we don't take a certain mark that we won't be able to sell or buy.
Yeah.
So I mean, these are the things, the conversations that nobody's talking about.
Nope.
We are not preparing the people of the Most High God. We're not.
Nope.
We're not preparing them at all. We're just telling them to go live their best life.
Right.
Make sure you get the Cancun.
Right.
Oh, make sure you get to Brazil.
Right.
Make sure you get to the Virgin Islands. Make sure you hit the DR in Jamaica. You got to
Right.
go to Jamaica. You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
like, okay, but do you know that if as long as you're keeping the Torah, you're
Right.
keeping the laws and the commandments, because Christ said, if you love me, you're going to keep my commandments.
Real talk.
So
Real
we're
talk.
not even having that conversation. We got people saying, don't follow the commandments.
Okay.
So I can't even kick it with my friends that's telling me don't follow the commandment. I can't even call you a friend anymore. I'm sorry. That's just how I walk, though.
Right.
Because we can't walk unless we agree. So that's how come my database is starting to dwindle. Because I had to evict some cats, boo. They gotta go.
Yeah, dead weight. So now let's bring back something else and let's touch on another thing and let's
Yes.
get real with it. Okay. So these people now, if I want to give my end time scare tactics to folk, then I can do that. But here's what I'm gonna come on with right now. I'm gonna bring you a little more something. These are just things I'm just putting out there. Okay, so you just to sit back there and digest it and see what you think about it. You ain't gotta depend on me. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So listen here. Now, okay, in that day when God says, okay, he doesn't even tell Jesus what it is.
No.
Okay? No, nobody knows, but God says, okay, this is it. I'm tired of dealing with these fools.
Yeah.
I'm coming back. Let's do this. And so when that foot hits and the trumpet sounds and the dead in Christ rise first, okay?
Yes.
And we go get caught up with him in the air, okay? For that moment when they tripping down here and he's going to come back with us with the final judgment. Now, come on now. Let's be real. They're not talking about that now, right? So, see, and like I said, the promises he's given for us that follow him.
There it is.
None of those promises come up talking about what they're going to do. Because let me tell you something. When they find out that, oh my goodness, that man, that is God. This man lied to Satan, and they find out the real of it.
Yeah.
It's going to be no hold. It's going to be all off.
Oh,
so when the
man,
people
they gonna
talk about
lose their
that's what the
minds.
Bible said. That the next time you're going to cry for the rocks to fall on you. They're going to be trying to hide and can't.
Yeah.
And all these stuff that's going to happen coming out of Revelation.
Yeah.
See, that's description of this end time
Yeah,
trip.
man.
But it doesn't have those of us that are caught up. So I know there's a rapture before this.
There it is.
So see, I'm not having to worry about what I got to do for survival tactics.
There it is.
My survival tactic is to walk in the spirit so that I don't not fall to the lust of the flesh.
But check, even if he took care of us when we walked through the wilderness,
Right.
He fed them from the manna of heaven every day. They ate, they drank water. They did not go without even while they were in the wilderness.
Right.
So I don't even care if it happens
Right
now. I don't care. I know that our Elohim is going to provide for us. If he did it for them,
right,
when he brought them out of Egypt the first time, he gonna do it for us when he brings us out of Egypt the second time.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we're gonna be all right.
Until we get there. Until, like I said, I'm coming in the first draft.
I know.
I'm going in the
you
first
said
draft.
you ain't waiting for that.
No, look. I'm gonna be real with what I learned and studied to show me. I know I'm not gonna be here when all that crazy,
other crap.
the 666 comes down. All that. No, I'm not gonna be here to where I got, because then it says what? The only way you can be saved is you got to lose your life.
Yeah.
Now, no promises in
Right.
serving him. Does
Right.
it tell me I'm going to have to lose my life?
Right.
Because in accepting his blood and salvation in my life and living according to his word, see, he paid my price.
Yeah.
So my price is paid, so I don't have to give up my life.
We don't have to.
So, right. So
and
in
we
that,
have to know that there's provision.
Right. So
that's
in
why
that
we
one
don't
there,
get scared now.
So if I don't have to die but one time and I'm finished, then I don't have to worry about losing my life for him. Then, dude, I know I'm up in that rapture. So I'm knowing that's real talk. So man, I'm up there just partying, and these fools gonna do whatever they want to. But when we come back, then we're coming back to judge the world.
Yeah.
See, so then we'll be able to sit there and say, okay, if Pookie and them, and Ray Ray and them, all them fools that were tripping, we got something for you now.
Yeah.
See my boss here, my daddy,
Yeah.
see,
we don't get it. We're teaching them. We're teaching them to make money their God. We're teaching everyone to make. It's the craziest thing, D. I don't understand how in the world we're telling these babies try to get the car and everything that Cardi B and Tip is driving and P Diddy, and it's the craziest thing. So we got other children hurting other children trying to get to the next level, and you done took it by being a thief. You think that's gonna work?
No,
it's not gonna work. And the sad thing is, they don't even understand. You got to answer for doing that to someone.
Right. Yeah.
You're going to answer.
You will.
And
you will.
There is a judgment for every last one of us.
You will reap what you sow. Now, just as a backup here, to let y'all see what I'm talking about. There's this cat that we know. Me and Makita both know, and you went on tour with him, and he got this song. I'm gonna play this song, and it's reminiscent of what I've been telling y'all. And so this is Tim Kepler. We're gonna get to hear about him and hear more, and we're going to talk to him later. He'll be on the show sooner or later. But right now, we're going to hear some of his music, and the name of this one is let me see which one I'm going to do here. Let me look here. Let's see, because I got something. He got a whole album.
He got a whole.
So let me see which one is more.
Of them.
Okay.
I mean, he is such a victorious.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one here. It's called "I'm Gonna Fly." This is Tim Kepler on the Gospel Jazz Connection.
troubles all around me. Sometimes it's hard to see the forest from the trees. Yet I know your protection is around me. 'Cause there is a place, there's somewhere that I can go. There's no sickness, no sorrow there. And I know that I'm safe in your care. It's where shall hide me. You shall hide me in the secret place. There's peace in the midst of the storm. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed is your name. 'Cause every day, Lord, you remain the same. That's why I call you in the morning. And sometimes it's late at night. Oh, but I know every single time I call you that everything will be alright. Oh, right there where you're gonna hide me so I can rest. Yeah. Secret place, safe. But there's peace. So every single time trouble comes my way, oh, I just look up to heaven and I will say, I have decided that I will not worry. Oh, because my God has already worked it out for me, so I can rest. I will rest. I will rest. Because you hide me, I will rest. I'm safe in your arms. I can rest. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can stand on your word. Everything you say to me, I'm trusting and believing. I already got the victory. Yes, I will rest. I'm standing on your word. Every promise that you made. Yeah. I will rest. If there's 1,000 tomorrow, if there's 10,000 tomorrow, I know it cannot come out of me. I'll only see it with my sight. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna rest. Yes, I will rest. Everything you say, I'm holding on.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, we started out the top of this set, the two songs I had to play. That's Tim Kepler.
Yes.
And the name of that one here, it is Tim Kepler, Forgiven. Okay, go get it.
Yes.
Okay. And the second one we just heard was from this lady we just see right here, Miss Makita. And the name of that one was called Psalms 91.
Yes.
So we had fun today, Makita, talking about friends
Yes.
and the lack thereof.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But
So,
rest.
Yeah, so
no
we just
matter
got
what.
real.
Rest in the Most High, because He's a friend that stick closest than any brother.
And so are you. So I appreciate you. So
Appreciate
out
you
there
too.
until we get with you next time on the Gospel Jazz Connection from Makita and from D-Nice, we always say each and every week, put God first and everything else will follow.
Yes.
I guarantee it.
God bless you. Shalom.